Okay, so, why do you want to be on the school committee?
Well, I'm the father of two young children, so I've got a long-term interest in the schools. But it's not just about my kids. I want to make sure that all the kids in the city have access to high-quality education.
Yeah.
We have a lot of young children in this city. The city is actually brimming. I don't know the exact numbers right off the top of my head, but as I walk through the ward door knocking, you just see lots and lots of young kids out there, lots of families that we seem to be attracting right now, and we need to keep them in this city. And I know that's something that the alderman and the mayor are very concerned about.
Yeah.
And so that's something I want to work on.
You said something last night, or about the fact that only 12% of Somerville families have kids in the school
That's my understanding of the exact. It's around 12 to 13% of households have children in the school system.
Yeah, the 88%. Why concern yourself with them at all?
Pardon me, I'm sorry?
The 88% of people that don't have kids in schools.
Mm-hmm.
What, as a member of the school committee, would you do and why involve them?
Well, I think the first thing is you just keep driving home the notion that strong schools build strong communities, and that the schools are central to our city. That we all have a stake in the school system. We have a stake in educating children. We have a stake in sort of the long-term health of our city. And I think what I've found when I've been door knocking, people, even though there's only 12% in the school system, the other 88% are remarkably interested. They really are. And so we need to think about mechanisms to reaching out. We need to think about mechanisms of bringing in volunteers into our schools.
Yeah.
I've met so many people while I've been door knocking who really, they're actually eager to learn more about the schools. It's not like there's a disconnect, anything but. They're searching for ways to learn. And also a lot of these 88% are people are retirees whose kids have long grown and moved out of the city, and they still have an interest.
How about in terms of ways that you, or things that you would do to bridge that disconnect after you've gotten to the 88%? How would you involve them in the schools?
Well, I think we have to stop thinking of schools as places where children go from 8:15 till 2:30. They are. I like the idea that some of our schools, we have the East Somerville Community School, the West Somerville School, that they're neighborhood schools or community schools, and I would like to see them function more as community centers and neighborhood centers. And sometimes they do, frankly, but I think we need to do more of that. That we can bring in volunteers. Our city is absolutely brimming with talented musicians, artists, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, writers, all sorts of talented people who have something to contribute. And
what kind of things would you have them contribute, you think?
Well, people want to, sometimes it's, directly working in the classroom. Sometimes there's opportunities to, something like being a crossing guard at the school is a way to involve somebody in the community, maybe a retired person who wants to help out in a small way. There's all sorts of ways, and I just think that we need to have a proactive approach to bringing that 88% in, because the interest is there. They really are. It's not that they're just totally cut off. The interest is there, and I'd like to see us build on that. And to its credit, the school committee has been working on this, and I want to keep working and join those efforts.
How about in terms of ways to keep kids in the schools?
I think that's first thing is we've got to make our schools as attractive as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's bread and butter, and that somehow or another we've got to get a handle on housing. There's nothing that the school committee can do to lower the price of housing.
Right.
But I would like to see schools be part of the broader discussion about development issues in the city, so that we can keep families in the city, that we can keep families in the schools. And again, but we have to keep doing the sort of unglorious work of day in, day out, making sure our schools are as top-notch as they can be. And I can say as a professor at Boston University, I've taught a few Somerville High School grads.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot to be proud of. So we're doing good work, and we just need to keep getting the word out there.
In terms of just sort of general problems that you see in the community, other than keeping the price of housing down, what do you?
Well, there's nothing we.
Right.
There are forces that the school committee can't do anything about keeping the price of housing down.
Of course, but like other sorts of problems. How do you think that being on the school committee, school committee member at large?
Well, one of the things I'm committed to doing and would like to do is work not just with the schools, but there's opportunities to work with recreation department. We've got a thriving youth sports program here in the city: soccer, baseball, Pop Warner football. These are all ways I think that the schools could reach out, and the school committee member could go down and just, sort of talk to the families, what's going on, why, and people when they join a youth sports program, they're sort of getting committed into the city right then and there,
Yeah.
and that's an opportunity to sort of hook them in even more into the community. We have lots and lots of young children in this city that are preschool, that are not yet in school age. And I think the schools can be reaching out to those folks. Sending welcome packages or whatever to newborns as a way to just say, hi, we're here, we hope you stay. These kinds of things, because people are here and they want to stay.
Final comments for me, or?
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I'm an educator myself, and I've worked at Boston University for 12 years, and since 1996. This is my 12th year. I've also been on the advisory board of the Boston University Children's Center.
Mm-hmm.
So I've worked sort of developed educational programs for young kids, the children of staff and faculty. I'm a committed educator. I'm committed to this city of Somerville, and I want to do what I can to work with others to continue to build upon the strengths of our school. And we have a lot of strengths. We certainly have challenges, and I want to confront those as directly and honestly as we can. But we have strengths as well, many strengths, and I want to work with colleagues on the school committee and the mayor and the aldermen to move forward.